Hi there, Alec from VacuumSpot.com.au here. Today I'm going to do a quick video on how to throw a new motor in a Dyson DC05. I'm going to try and do this kind of swiftly because I want the title of this to be fixing it in under 10 minutes. So anyway, here we go. Off comes the bagless chamber. Inlet filter out, and at the same time we're going to remove the filter cover. So I'll just quickly do this part. Okay, so this just levers off. They come off like that. Exhaust filter cover, you just pop these two little lugs up and out of the way. Now look, I'm not going to worry about doing it, but you should change those filters both as you're doing this. Screwdriver goes in here and the wheel comes off. Like that. Yes, it is a little bit hard to do. Okay, so both wheels off, and now we're down to the screws. We have got 5 screws on these. The one that you don't notice is inside here. You'll need a number 15 Torx driver for this. That's the ones with a little star on the end. I always put my screws inside the wheel, just so they don't fall off the bench. Okay, so there's 2 screws over each wheel hub. This, by the way, is our 4th go to get this right. My cat was in the video just before. She wanted to star, but she's no good at this kind of stuff. Okay. Alright, so at this point, the whole top shell just basically lifts away, like that. And we're left with the cord retract and the motor housing. So what we are interested in now is the motor housing, so we'll just undo these just for ease of access, and then we're going to just pop, see these little, I don't even know what you call that, a catch of some sort, there, and then out off goes that. You'll notice here that some sort of oily moisture, I don't know what that is. It appears to be all through here as well. I'm going to guess that somebody thought they could lube up this motor and it would work, but it won't. Alright, so we undo our connectors. Okay, pop our new motor. This is a MO48 motor from our website. Now you'll notice here we've got our locators here and here that have to line up with the position or the locators down here. This is the only tricky thing about this repair. Now you pop your connections back on. Okay. Now at the same time as I'm sort of pulling this cord back through, just so that it sits nicely with the seal there, I'm just going to try and drop this in. This almost never works first time, but when it sits right, you'll feel it just sort of slot in place and it won't move left or right. And since it didn't work like that, what I'm going to do is pop the rubber motor mount in place first, and I'm going to drop the motor in on top of that. So I've lost the motor mount here. I'm going to put it, what I'm doing at the moment, see how we've got our connectors, because they're so long, these are just getting in the way just a little bit. So I'm now just going to try and line this up. There we go. So that's actually, I felt that drop into place. Now this, look, I'm going to pull this apart after the video and clean all this up, because you can't put it back together with moisture sitting in and around the motor. That's not going to work at all. I mean, it will for a short time. Now, just got to get this little fella right. Okay. So now all I'm doing is lining up those little clips that we pointed out before. And once that's sitting in there, we can join our connectors back up. Okay. And now here comes the only tricky bit of this repair. This stumped me for quite a time when I was first doing it. So this all just sits in, no drama. Give yourself a little bit of cord just to move it out of the way. And what you've got to do is this sort of, you've got to try and get this outer housing to go down over and then allow this to sit. So that's, I've made that look really easy. But basically, this can catch and not sit quite right. But when it sits, it'll sit flush all around here. Same on this side. And the other test is the cord will retract when you push that in. If you haven't got it quite right, there'll be a gap or the cord won't retract. So now, and if that's the case, you just got to pull it apart and make sure everything is sitting down nice and flush, because you can't have the machine not sealed properly. It just won't work right. Okay. Third screw in. Okay, now last screw. Oops. Damn it. Okay. Wheels back on. As I say, I would change this filter. There's no point putting dirty filters back into a machine. But I didn't have one here and I wanted to do this fairly swiftly. Locators here simply go onto this plastic axle type setup. Filter in like so. That's it. Now hopefully this works and we'll say it's a good repair. Oh sheesh. Okay, so I just pulled the machine apart and put it back together. When I put the motor in, I moved one of the connectors just a little bit and it's come away inside. So I've just pulled it apart, pushed it back in about 1 millimeter, and now we have a successful repair. What was our time?